Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how much we love a good story,
Oh, yeah.
especially one that unlocks some wisdom along the way.
Absolutely.
And like we talked about, we are diving deep into The Richest Man in Babylon.
It's a classic.
It is, and I know you were so curious about this one,
Yeah.
and trust me,
Yeah.
it's not like dusty old stock tips.
Right.
Think of it more like
Yeah.
almost like Aesop's fables, but for your wallet.
Yes.
Like timeless financial parables.
Timeless is the word for it. And it's funny how some things never change.
Right.
This book speaks to that universal desire
There.
for financial security.
Totally.
That feeling of like, okay, so everyone else seems to be doing all right. How do I get in on this whole wealth thing?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Totally. And the book throws us right into it.
Okay.
With these two guys, Bansir and Kobe.
Yeah.
They're living in this crazy opulent city, Babylon, surrounded by wealth, but their own pockets.
Yes.
Let's just say they're feeling a bit light.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Exactly. And so naturally, they go to the richest man in Babylon.
Of course.
Arkad.
Of course.
But here's the thing that I find so relatable.
Okay.
Arkad was not born with a silver chariot in his mouth.
Oh, tell me. He wasn't just handed a stack of clay tablets with Rich Dude's starter kit scribbled on top?
Not even.
Okay.
He started as a humble scribe, basically carving records into clay tablets all day long.
Wow.
It wasn't until he met his mentor,
Okay.
a wealthy guy named Algamish,
Okay.
that things started to shift.
Okay, so Algamish, the original financial guru.
That's it.
What were his secrets?
Well, the first thing Algamish told Arkad was deceptively simple.
Okay.
A part of all you earn is yours to keep.
Okay.
Now, before you think like, well, duh,
Right.
Algamish was talking about intentionally setting aside at least 1/10 of your earnings
Okay.
before you even think about expenses.
Wow.
It's about treating your savings like a non-negotiable expense.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not even an option.
It's like paying yourself rent, but for your future self.
Yes. I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't need to start with a huge chunk of change either.
Right.
Even small amounts saved consistently can add up over time.
I can see how that shift in mindset would make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Algamish didn't stop there.
Okay.
He knew he wasn't an expert in everything.
Right.
So he gave Arkad a second piece of advice.
Okay.
Seek out experts in areas where you need guidance.
Don't be afraid to ask for directions, especially with finances.
Especially with your finance.
Okay. What was the last gem
Yeah.
of wisdom
Yeah.
Algamish dropped on young Arkad?
Algamish really drilled into Arkad the importance of making your money work for you,
Okay.
to invest wisely and watch your wealth grow.
Okay.
He stressed that true wealth wasn't about chasing after get-rich-quick schemes,
Right.
but about creating consistent income through smart investments.
So basically, he was dropping knowledge bombs about building wealth through good habits,
Yes.
knowledge, and a bit of financial savvy. No magic spells or enchanted clay tablets?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Just solid advice that's as relevant today as it was back then.
I like it. And Arkad took this to heart.
He did.
He did. He went from being a regular guy
Mhm.
to the richest man in Babylon.
He did, so much so
Wow.
that the king himself called upon Arkad to share his financial wisdom with the masses.
Talk about a glow up.
I know.
Okay, so Arkad goes from clay tablets to teaching the entire city about money.
Mm-hmm.
This is where those famous 7 cures for lean purse come in, right?
Yes.
The king basically hands him the mic and says, go fix our finances, Arkad.
Pretty much.
Amazing.
But before we dive into those cures, I think it's important to note that these aren't just random tips.
Okay.
They're presented as stories,
Huh.
parables that illustrate these financial principles
Okay.
in a way that sticks with you. It's like he gave everyone in the kingdom a copy of The Richest Man in Babylon
Yeah.
and said, like, read this, learn it, live it,
Right.
you know?
Talk about mandatory financial literacy.
I know.
Okay, so these 7 cures for a lean purse.
Yes.
Are we talking about some ancient Babylonian budgeting app?
Not exactly.
All right.
Although
Yeah.
if they had apps back then,
Yeah.
I'm sure they would love that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the first cure is all about getting that savings muscle working.
Okay.
Arkad calls it start thy purse to fattening.
Right.
And he really emphasizes that even small amounts
Yeah.
saved consistently can grow into something substantial over time.
It's like that whole thing, like Rome wasn't built in a day.
Absolutely.
It takes time.
Right.
Like you're not going to
Yeah.
you're not going to become
Yeah.
the richest person in Babylon overnight.
Right.
It takes a little bit of effort.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
And that actually ties right into the second cure, control thy expenditures.
Right.
And that this isn't about depriving yourself
Right.
of all joys in life,
Yep.
living like a monk or anything.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No.
Like, I still want to enjoy life a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about making conscious choices.
Yeah.
About your spending.
Okay, so less about penny pinching.
Yeah.
More about being mindful.
Mindfulness is a good word for it.
Yeah. Does our COD have any, like, practical tips?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
He tells this really engaging story
Okay.
about a student
Okay.
who's really resistant to this idea of a budget.
Okay.
Because he thinks it'll suck all the fun out of life.
I've totally been there. A budget, but what about spontaneous goat milk lattes with my friends?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But Arcad beautifully explains that a budget isn't about restriction.
Okay.
It's about making sure that you can afford both your necessities
Okay.
and the things that you truly enjoy.
Got it.
It's about having a plan for your money so it doesn't just vanish into thin air.
Instead of just like, my money's here and then whoosh, it's gone.
Exactly.
2 weeks later.
It's like a Babylonian windstorm came and blew it all away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so cure number 1,
Yeah.
pay yourself first.
Yes.
Cure number 2, create a budget that works for you,
That's it.
not against you.
That's it.
What's next on our COD's financial prescription list?
All right, so cure number 3 is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
This is about making that saved money work for you.
Okay.
It's called Make Thy Gold Multiply.
All right.
And Arcad's all about harnessing the power of compound interest.
The snowball effect of money.
Yes.
Tell me more about this one, because honestly, sometimes the whole like compound interest thing
Sure.
kind of makes my head spin a little bit.
Well, he explains it through this really great story
Okay.
about a farmer who invests a small amount of money for his son when he's born.
Okay.
And then years later, when the son is all grown up, this small sum has blossomed into a small fortune,
Wow.
all thanks to the power of compound interest.
It's incredible
It is.
that you can you're basically planting a financial seed
Right.
that then grows while you sleep.
Exactly.
And you don't have to do anything.
While you sleep.
Yeah,
That's the dream, isn't it?
exactly. But patience is key here.
Patience is key.
We're playing the long game.
Absolutely.
We're not trying to get rich quick.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Exactly.
Yes.
But just as important as growing your wealth is protecting it.
Okay.
Which brings us to cure number 4.
Right.
Guard thy treasures from loss.
Ooh. Okay.
And this is where things get a little more, shall we say, cautionary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Arcad have a run-in with a Babylonian Bernie Madoff or something? What happened?
Well, actually, Arcad being, despite his wisdom,
Yep.
he learned this lesson the hard way. Early on in his journey, he lost a good chunk of his savings in this really shady gem deal.
So even the richest man in Babylon got tricked.
He did.
Oh, that makes me feel slightly better about my very questionable investment in a limited edition clay tablet back in the day.
Hey, we've all been there.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
The important thing is to learn from it.
Okay.
So the takeaway here is to be cautious.
Okay.
Do your research. And don't be afraid to seek expert advice before making any big financial decisions.
Especially when someone's promising you the Babylonian equivalent of a Lambo and a moon base.
Especially.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't fall for those too good to be true schemes.
Okay. 4 cures down.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Let's do it.
What's next?
Cure number 5 might seem a little bit specific to ancient Babylon,
Okay.
but it has a timeless message.
Okay.
It's make of thy dwelling a profitable investment.
So basically invest in real estate.
Yeah, in a way.
Was Arcad out there flipping Babylonian villas on the side?
Maybe not flippin' villas, but it is more about the idea that owning your own home provides stability,
Okay.
security, and a sense of pride.
Right.
It's a foundation
Okay.
for building wealth and creating a legacy for your family.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not just a financial asset. It's
Right.
where life happens.
Exactly.
Okay, so on to cure number 6.
Yes.
What wisdom does Arcad impart?
Yeah.
So cure number 6.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
All right.
What kind of financial wisdom does Arcad offer for those golden years?
So cure number 6 is all about planning for the future.
Okay.
Arcad calls it ensure a future income.
Okay.
And it's about recognizing that,
Yeah.
our earning power doesn't last forever.
Right. We can't exactly rely on like a Babylonian 401k or something.
No, exactly. Not back then.
So how do they approach
Yeah.
retirement planning in those days?
Well, he tells this really great story about Ansan,
Okay.
who is a hardworking sandal maker,
Yeah.
and he's just diligently putting aside a small sum each week. And he does this consistently for years.
Wow.
And when he finally goes to the moneylender to see how much he's accumulated, he's blown away.
He's like, what?
By how much his savings have grown?
Proof that even small, consistent savings can lead to big results over time.
Absolutely.
It's all about that long game.
It's like that whole tortoise and the hare thing.
Exactly.
But with money.
There you go.
Okay, so on to the final cure.
Okay.
Number 7.
All right.
What is Arcad's last piece of advice for a financially abundant life?
The 7th cure is all about investing in yourself.
Okay.
Arcad calls it increase thy ability to earn.
Okay.
And it emphasizes the importance of continuous learning.
Okay.
Honing your skills.
So like they say the best investment you can make is in yourself?
That's it.
Right.
You got to keep growing.
Yeah.
You got to keep learning.
I like it.
And by doing so, you increase your earning potential over time.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically Arcad's 7 cures are all about building a solid financial foundation through saving.
Yes.
Smart spending, investing, protecting your assets, planning for the future, and always striving to learn and grow.
There you go.
Man, this guy should have had his own self-help clay tablets or something.
Oh, no, right?
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Woven into these 7 cures are Arcad's 5 laws of gold.
The 5 laws.
It's like a treasure map within a treasure map.
It is like a treasure map. And you know what's really interesting is just like those 7 cures.
Okay.
These laws aren't presented like, here's a list of rules you have to follow.
Right.
They're woven into this really compelling story about Arcad's son.
Okay.
Nomasir.
So did Nomasir follow in his father's financially wise footsteps?
Well, not exactly.
Well,
you see, Nomasir inherited a nice chunk of change.
Okay, so
he didn't have to start from scratch like his dad.
Oh, so he's got like a little bit of like a silver chariot.
A little bit, yeah. He's got a head start.
Okay.
But Arcad, being the wise dad he was, he knew that just inheriting this wealth wouldn't teach Nomasir,
of course,
the value of money or how to manage it responsibly.
It's like that whole shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations.
Exactly.
It's like if you don't understand where it came from,
that's exactly it.
Then you're more likely to.
It's easy come, easy go, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So Arcad decided to give his son something more valuable than just gold knowledge.
Okay.
He entrusted Nomasir with a clay tablet.
Okay.
Inscribed with the 5 laws of gold.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Give me those golden laws.
All right, so law number 1.
Okay.
Gold cometh gladly, and increasing quantity to any man who will put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family.
Okay, so basically pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first.
I'm seeing a recurring theme here.
It's a good one.
Solid advice, no matter what time period you're in.
Timeless wisdom.
Okay, what's law number 2?
All right, law number 2.
All right.
Gold laboreth diligently and contentedly for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment, multiplying even as the flocks of the field.
Okay, so put that money to work.
Put it to work.
Smart investments.
That's it.
Okay.
Let it multiply.
What's next?
All right, law number 3.
Okay.
This one's all about protecting what you've earned.
Okay.
It says, gold clingeth to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling.
So don't put all your trust in like that shifty-eyed chariot salesman.
Exactly.
Who's like, oh, I got a deal for you.
Exactly.
Always seek out that expert advice.
Always do your research.
Okay.
Don't just hand over your hard-earned gold.
All right, give me law number 4.
Right, law number 4. Gold slippeth away from the man who invests it in businesses or purposes with which he is not familiar or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep.
So basically do your research.
Do your research.
Invest in what you understand.
Understand.
Don't let all the shiny objects.
The shiny objects will distract you.
Distract you from.
They'll lead you astray.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't get caught up.
Don't get caught up.
All right, bring it home with law number 5.
All right, law number 5.
Let's hear it.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Gold flees the man who would force it to impossible earnings, or who followeth the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers, or who trusts it to his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment.
So don't fall for those get-rich-quick schemes.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady.
Right.
That's the name of the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Consistency.
So even with all this, no monsieur kind of went,
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Even with these 5 laws,
Yeah.
no monsieur initially didn't quite heed his father's wisdom.
oh no,
Yeah.
he went off script.
He went a little bit off script.
Okay.
He fell for some get-rich-quick schemes,
Of course.
made some unwise investments,
oh no.
and ended up losing a good chunk of his inheritance.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Especially after your dad wrote the book on financial wisdom.
I know, right?
Ouch.
But it was
Yeah.
actually through those mistakes
Okay.
that he finally started to understand
Okay.
the true value of his father's advice.
What a powerful reminder
Yeah.
that it's never too late
Never too late.
to turn things around.
You can always pick yourself back up.
I love it. Okay.
Dust yourself off.
So we've got these 7 cures.
Yeah.
We've got the 5 laws.
That's it.
We've got all these amazing parables that are woven throughout the book.
It's a good story.
It is. If we had to distill it down
Yeah.
to one key takeaway,
Yeah.
what would it be?
I think the biggest takeaway from The Richest Man in Babylon is that
Yeah.
building, it's not about luck.
Okay.
It's not about hitting the jackpot.
So,
It's about making conscious choices,
right.
cultivating good habits, adopting a long-term mindset.
It's like Arcot is saying, you don't need a magic spell to build wealth.
No magic spells.
You just need the right knowledge and the willingness to put in the effort.
That's it.
Amazing.
Simple but powerful,
I like it.
right?
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the riches of Babylon,
Yes.
it begs the question,
What will you do?
what small step will you take today
That's it.
to bring a little bit of that ancient wisdom into your own life?
Exactly.
Until next time,
Until next time.
keep learning.
Keep growing.
Keep those financial fires burning bright.
Burn bright.